Holy crap, guys. Today was one of those days, man. I don't even know where to start. Let's just dive into the video. We're going to go over the entire stock market today like we always do. We'll break down the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Russell. We'll talk about some stocks, and we'll talk about the VIX, which had one of its most insane days in recent memory, at least. And we're also going to break down some earnings, guys. So a lot to talk about. If y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 17 stocks from Moomoo. Link down below. Open up an account, you get one free stock off the bat. Deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks plus 2 shares of either AI or BBAI. And get this, deposit at least $1,000 and you get 10 stocks on top of those 7 stocks you already got. So yeah, all the details are down below, and just know, guys, that is an affiliate link. It helps out the channel. And with that being said, let's freaking talk, because today again was one of the most volatile days I've seen in recent memory, and it's been one of the craziest red days we've had in recent memory. So the Russell 2000, let's start there. This went down over 2.8% on the day, almost 3% on the day. And you guys can see here we have that head and shoulders outline. We talked about that a couple videos ago, and we failed to break out clearly of the neckline, which was right around 1910, 1920. I actually talked about that, I think, probably 3-4 days ago. So we're clearly now in the dump phase of that right shoulder. You guys see that, right? And we're under both moving averages, and it's a falling knife. It's in free fall mode where, there's no support coming up. Where is this thing likely to find support? Maybe at 1800, 1785, which was the high here from back in June, last June. Also support back in the beginning of September. You guys can see that right here. So do we find support there? Maybe for a relief rally? Probably, to be honest. But if we fall through that point, it could get even worse. Maybe down to the the lower mid 1700s, maybe back down towards the 1600 range. So there could be some more downside here on the Russell, especially if the Fed maintains this hawkish stance. It gets even, let's say the jobs report comes in hot tomorrow, which we're expecting. Well, we're not necessarily expecting that, but the thing is, it's just uncertain right now. We don't know what to expect. So, if it comes in hotter than expected, unemployment rate doesn't really budge. I think it's expected to be 3.4%. We could be in for a drop in the stock market, because then the Fed's going to have to maybe crank up rates even more, be more hawkish, right? So there's a lot of uncertainty right now. There's a lot up in the air, and the markets are just selling off like crazy. If we pull up SPY here, let's talk a little bit about the S&P 500. SPY right now, when I'm making this video, guys, closed at $391.55, or 56 cents to be exact. Got to be exact there, guys. Down 1.8% on the day. And with today's massive drop, we took the lows out from the beginning of this month. If you guys can see, in the beginning of this month, SPY was roughly at 301 or 391 rather, and today we hit $390.53 at pretty much before the close, and that was the low of the day. So it looks like, to me, I don't know if you can tell, guys, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to say this. We have the head and shoulders. It's playing out. We're at a multi-week low. We just took the lows out. It's a falling knife at this point. There could be more downside. This is not looking too pretty right now. And same thing on triple Q. Let me pull that up and show you guys. Triple Q right now, we have that head and shoulders. We dumped off into the close. It was pretty ugly out there. Not as bad as the Russell, but still, we downtrended all day pretty much, other than that morning pop that we got. And we hit 290, or 292 is where we closed, but we got all the way down to 291.83 at the low of the day, which you guys can see that is under, well, it's not under the lows from the beginning of this month, but it is under the lows from the past couple of days. So we're, essentially at a new, fresh weekly low on triple Q. And today was the day of the VIX, guys. Do you not remember me talking about UVXY yesterday? God freaking dang it, guys. I should have played it. This thing, we no joke, called it out yesterday or maybe the day before. It was recently, within the past 2 days. And today it went up 15%. So this goes up clearly whenever the VIX goes up. It's a way to kind of trade volatility. And I wouldn't necessarily chase it right now, even though the VIX could go up even more, don't get me wrong. But I'd wait a little bit. I'd let the dust settle here with UVXY, as again, we had a crazy day on the VIX today. Let me show you guys this. As we've talked about on the channel before, each time the VIX has gone down to the 15 to 18, 20 range over the past 3 years, we've seen some sort of pop there, in the short term afterwards, after it's reached that level. And you guys can see here on the 3-year chart exactly what I'm saying, right? You guys can see it hasn't held in the 15 to 18 range long before it's gone up back to the mid-20s, right? So is this going to be another run to the mid-20s? It could be. Time will tell. But like I said, I'm going to let the dust settle a little bit, and we'll see where I'll go forward there with UVXY. And, of course, I'm looking at SQQQ, guys, which is one that had a pretty good day today, up 5.4%. You guys probably know, maybe not. This goes up whenever the NASDAQ 100 goes down, right? So if the NASDAQ 100 QQQ goes down 3% on the day, which would be a bloodbath, this would go up 9%. That's pretty much how it works. So that is what's going on here in the overall markets. Let's take a quick glance at crude oil. What did oil do today? All right, 1.4% red day. That didn't do much. I mean, it had a little red day there. The metals today were unchanged, it seems like. Silver went down 0.1%, nothing crazy. We had gold down a little bit on the day. Gold went down. Let's see. Actually, no, gold went up 0.9%. Okay, $16 green day for gold. Not too bad. But still, this and silver, they're both still in downtrends on the 4-hour chart. You guys can clearly see that. Actually, this is the 3-year chart, which makes it even more of a prominent downtrend, right? So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, smash that like button. Can we get at least 100 likes on this video? If we could get 100 likes, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll think of something good. we'll think of something good. Hit that like button. I appreciate you all as always. And let's talk about some earnings now, some stocks that reported earnings. So Ulta reported today after the bell, and mind you, I actually have not looked at these, so we're going to be surprised here in the video. Let's take a look, guys. So wow, look at that. Ulta is down pretty big time after the bell. Actually, not that bad. But it did go down $4 on the day, went down 0.8%, closed at about $520. So keep that in mind. And right now it's at 509, and it got all the way down to 495. So at one point it was down about 5% from 520 down to 495. Now it's rebounded to 509. So they ended up doing, let's see here, $6.68 in EPS, which crushed the 565 estimate. That's a very good beat there on sales of $3.23 billion, which beat the $3.02 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, they beat on revenue, and let's see what guidance is looking like here. They see full year 23 sales of $10.95 to $11.05 billion versus the $10 billion estimated. So that's well above the full year 23 sales guidance, and EPS of $24.70 to $25.40 versus the $22.93 estimated. So I don't know why the stock is selling off. Maybe they thought guidance would be better, but it's pretty dang good. I mean, they beat EPS revenue, guided up pretty massively on revenue and EPS for the next year. And it looks like here Q4 comparable sales were up 15.6% versus the up 8% estimated. So they crushed that. And it looks like here they're guiding for full year comparable sales growth of 4 to 5% versus 3.8%. So I don't know what's going on. Honestly, it's beating on all cylinders. And it could just be the case of a stock that just ran up a little bit too much. People priced in too much, and it's just coming down a little bit. I don't know. I mean, this is the funny thing with the stock market, right? You never really know why a stock goes down. I mean, you can make a good case, but sometimes they report great earnings, EPS, revenue, guidance is strong, and the stock still goes down. That's kind of what we're seeing right now, and we'll see what happens here. This actually could be setting up for a nice bounce back play, as now we're right by the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, fairly oversold as well. So I'm watching Ulta to see maybe if we can get a bounce play off of 500, 505. Maybe this could recover back to maybe the mid 500s. It's in the cards. So that is Ulta. DocuSign is another one that I'm looking at here that just reported. Let's pull this up and see what they did. It looks like they did 65 cents EPS versus 52 cents estimated, so they beat on that, and they ended up beating on sales, 659 million versus 632 million estimated. So they beat EPS, beat revenue. Looks like they see Q1 revenue of 639 to 643 million versus the 639 million, so right intact there, and full year revenue of 2.69 billion to 2.7 billion versus the 2.69 billion estimated. And it seems like here, after they beat EPS revenue and their guidance was all right, pretty solid, right? It is selling off. The stock is down about $3 after the bell, which is interesting. It's kind of like what we saw with Ulta, you guys, right? So it's down about 6% after the bell here. And if we pull the 4-hour up, let me show you guys this. We're still technically in this uptrending channel, which maybe at this point we could also get some sort of oversold bounce play off the 180 SMA. That's right around 60 bucks. Maybe we do that. And we'll see. I'm not going to jump into anything now after the bell here. Even tomorrow, guys, I'm probably going to wait until after this weekend and let the dust settle a little bit. And we'll go from there. So DocuSign and Ulta, watching those as they're selling off. And we also had, do you guys remember this one? Man, this is probably one maybe some of you guys don't even know. But if you were part of the 2020 massive move in the stock market, you probably remember this, especially if you tracked Cathie Wood. Bionano Genomics, guys, this thing is $1 now. I think when I was trading it a couple years ago and when it was going ballistic, it was in the 10-20 range. Do I remember that correctly? Yeah, it was at $15 at its peak. And that is, went from 40 cents to $15. My goodness, now it's back to $1. One would argue now it's back to its fair value. And if we take a look at the 4-hour chart, it's actually down about 3 cents, which for a stock, $1.25, that is not that much, but it's decent. I mean, it's a decent drop. We're talking about it's bigger than I thought, 6%. So it's down about 5-6% after the bell here. They ended up reporting, it looks like, sales of $8.21 million versus the $8 million estimated, and they guided down for full year 23 revenue. That's not good. $35 million to about $38 million is what they're expecting versus the $39.62 million estimated. So now it's actually starting to move up a little bit. You guys see that green candle? So pretty volatile here after the bell on Bionano. And full disclosure, guys, I'm not going to be buying this, probably not even going to be trading it. I'm just covering it because they reported earnings. And just realize, guys, with any penny stock, any small cap stock, they're very volatile. And you could very well lose all your money on a stock like this. So if you're looking to buy this, maybe gamble after the earnings, I'd say proceed with caution. I'm not telling you not to do it, but proceed with caution. So that is Bionano Genomics. And I think we also had Gap report today. Let's see. Wow, that chart does not look good. It looks like they did report. It looks like they ended up doing, where does it say it here? They lost 75 cents on the quarter, which missed the 46-cent loss estimate, so that's not good. And they ended up missing on revenue as well, $4.24 billion versus $4.36 billion estimated. And it looks like here, anything on guidance, it looks like they guided for full year, or that's actually Q1 sales to decrease. Oh, that's not good. In mid to single digit range versus last year where they did $3.5 billion in revenue. So that's not good. They're decreasing their sales outlook. And we can see the stock today took a beating intraday. And of course, after the bell here, it is taking an even bigger beating. It closed at $11.50 and it got all the way down to $10.11. That's an additional drop on top of the 3% loss of the day. That's an additional drop of 13%. So at one point it was down 16% after the bell. That's not good, guys. It's rebounded a little bit. It's at $11, but still it is down after the bell about 5%, totaling an 8% drop. That's if you're including the 3% drop from today. So that is GPS Gap Inc. Not looking good, guys. And let's pull up another one here that reported, which is, I'm scared to look, Oracle. Let's see what Oracle's doing. Oh, man, this is falling too. So all these stocks, I think, are falling after the bell. All these stocks are falling after the bell. So this closed at almost 87 bucks, and mind you, Oracle went down 2% on the day, and now it's at 83.80 after the bell. It's down 4% after the bell, and at one point it got all the way down to 81.50, which was a 6.3% drop. That's pretty insane. So if we pull the live news up, we'll see here Oracle did $1.22 in EPS versus the $1.20 estimated, so they beat on that, and they ended up missing on sales, $12.4 billion versus $12.42 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, missed on sales, and they posted, let's see here, anything on guidance? Looks like they raised their, oh, wow, look at that. They raised their dividend from 32 cents to 40 cents. That's a big spike there in their dividend, and I'm not seeing anything else here, but it looks like, yeah, not that bad of a quarter. I mean, I guess they did miss on revenue. That's not the best, but if you're a dividend investor, you're probably excited with that almost 25%, 30% increase in the dividend, and clearly we're now seeing the ascending triangle. Well, it did not play out. It did not play out. You guys can see we're still under the main resistance of 90 bucks. Now we're actually free falling under the moving averages on the 4-hour chart. I don't know, guys. This is not looking good. It's a falling knife. We have to let the dust settle and see if buyers come in, maybe anywhere from 80 to 85. I'd say that's a big level of support coming up. So keep your eyes out on Oracle, ticker symbol ORCL. So yeah, guys, those were the main companies that reported earnings that I wanted to talk about. And just guys, overall today, it was a bloodbath out there. I don't even know how else to put it. It was rough out there. I mean, I didn't buy any stocks today. I'll probably pick up some stocks tomorrow. We had Disney go down. Nothing really went up today. Go down 3%. I might pick up some more Disney if it gets a little bit lower, maybe low 90s, under 90 bucks. Google's one that I want to buy more of. It's at 92. It's right on the cusp there. If this could get under 90, I'll be buying more. Amazon also is one that I'm looking at. If it gets under 90, it's right there. Today it went down 1.8%. So yeah, there's a lot of red. There's buying opportunities slowly emerging, especially in some of these big tech names. And I really want to buy Costco, guys. I really want to buy Costco. Hopefully this is the start of, I don't want to say a collapse in the markets, because we don't really want to collapse in the markets. You guys know that. But hopefully we do get some stocks to come down a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not trying to jinx anything or, try and say, oh, we're going to collapse for sure or anything like that, because nobody knows what's going to happen, but you guys know where I'm coming from, right? So with that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon if you want to join the Discord, be a part of the community, see me build out my Patreon portfolio. All of that is linked right down below. All the details are on that link. And if you guys want some free stocks, you could also get up to 17 stocks from Moomoo. Open up an account. You get 1 free share of stock. Deposit at least $100. You get 6 more free shares of stock. And if you deposit at least $1,000, guys, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 17 free stocks. So check out all those links down below. They all help out the channel. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.